Excuses will always be there for you. Opportunity won't. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Wow, it's definitely surprising all of us. Bitcoin's up 10%. Did we see the bottom? I don't know. It's just like momentary green before we fall back down, plummeting into those $1,500 that we've heard about before. I don't know. Got to shake a magic 8-ball at this kind of stuff. But, hey, I'd like to keep my fingers crossed for the rally to continue. I'd love to keep my fingers crossed to say that people have started seeing the real value in Bitcoin and these cryptocurrencies. We got a lot of positive news coming out today about the price. But, as always, I don't always like to talk about the price. But you know what I do like to talk about? Samantha, and that she's over there in the chat today.
Good morning, everyone.
So how are you today, Samantha?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you doing so well today? Besides the price of Bitcoin being up.
Right. Well, today's our day off. We're going to go buy some girl turkeys. You know, there's stuff happening.
Oh, going to buy those turkeys.
Our boy needs some girls.
Yeah. Fortunately, we're finding out that our microphone died.
Yes.
So, please comment in the chat. Let us know if the microphone sounds horrible.
We're not sure how long it's been dead for.
Yeah.
You might not notice anything because it might have been a minute. We don't know.
All right, you guys. So, Samantha, would you mind pulling up one of those wonderful screen shares there and letting us go ahead and take a look at this coin, well, coin paprika, and we'll take a look at a couple other things and see what we got going on here in the market. It's a nice day today, Samantha.
It's kind of cold, but it's not horrible. I mean,
it'll warm up in a bit once the sun gets out.
I'm super Florida right now. I got flip-flops on and a jacket.
All right. So as you can see, the Bitcoin price is up. We're looking at green pretty much all the way across the market. I mean, today is one of those good days to be in crypto. You know, it's just that, are you really profitable? Did you pick any up during the dip? I know a lot of people were very hesitant to. So we're looking at a Bitcoin price of $3,873. That's up 10%, up 11.6% for the week. We got X Rapid coming in at 37.5 cents. That's up 14.29%. That's up 22.8% on the week. So that's amazing there. We got Ethereum coming in at $105. Back on the other side of this $100 support line. Yes, big kudos right there, 12.5%. We're up 16.7% on the 7-day. Wow, look at this EOS, $2.74, making some big climbs back there forward. We've heard a lot of talk about whether or not it's because they weren't profitable, the block producers. RAM's really expensive out there, especially when you have to produce as much as these people do. I've heard upwards of $1 million it was costing some of these tier 1 producers.
That's insane.
So here we come in at 12%, and that's up almost 41% for the 7-day. We got Stellars coming in at 12.1%. That's up another 12.77% right there, up only 5.8% for the week. So it's getting there. Bitcoin Cash coming in at $122. That's 28.94 on the 24 hours.
That's a lot of 20.
Damn. That's 16.95 on the week, though. Let's see what else we got going on here. We got Litecoin, $31. Nice on the other side of $30, coming in at up 7.8%, up 26% for the week. Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision at $90 here. That's up 16%. And the only little bit of red we can see here in the last 7-day. All right. And we want to slide down here and take a look at Steam.
Why not? I mean,
there's our friend's coin the other day.
Eternity.
And 42 cents, and that's up 15% and up 7% on the week. Definitely something to keep an eye on. He was very enthusiastic about it, and when I can find people that are enthusiastic about a project, that leads me to want to look at it more because, you know, it's one thing to go out and buy some Twitter bots to support your coin. It's another thing to actually motivate people to care. We got Steam coming in at 27.5 cents. That's up 16.3% in the 24 hours and up almost 15% on the 7-day. That is great. I love seeing this price climb. As always, you can come on over to Steam, give my post an upvote. It's a great way to help out the channel. A lot of different social media platforms out there, though, paying people for their content. We got Tribes that's doing quite well. Mines, like you said. There's also BitTube. I haven't gotten anything up on there lately.
Yeah, that one's always, I don't know. It likes to throw errors at you every time you try.
All right. As we got to do every single episode, because we're a nonprofit organization and we're looking to get out here and spread Bitcoin awareness, we have found one of the greatest opportunities to be able to do this is at these EDM festivals where people are out there having a good time and very receptive to new ideals they seem as they go out there and spread their peace, love, understanding, and respect. But of course, you know, we all have to come together. Things cost money. We got to fundraise this. We're trying to dollar cost average it. It looks like it's going to cost us about $700 to get down to Boca Raton, February 16th and 17th for the Forbidden Kingdom Music Festival. Like I said, this 2-day event we're looking to get into and be able to pass out flyers or stickers. I mean, anything that can get Bitcoin to be able to hit their ear and make them take a look at it, even if it's not this one time that gets them buying Bitcoin and utilizing the Bitcoin network and completely understanding what monetary sovereignty is and how they become independent with this peer-to-peer digital currency, you know, it will lead them down that path. I mean, Bitcoin is becoming undeniable at this point that it is going to become part of our digital future. So, I mean, let's try to get them the right kind of information that's part of this. I'm trying to embed QR codes into these things, you know, so that it's you know, curiosity killed the cat kind of situation. They go and they QR code these things and it brings up apps on their phone. It takes them to Andreas Antonopoulos. So as you can see here, $700 is what we're looking to get. We had some wonderful donations. We had a $40 donation the other day. We had a $20 donation from our guest, Jonathan, or Josh, sorry. And as you can see, we got 42 days left on this, so just a few dollars a day, and that'll be able to make this happen. I did some checking out. I told you guys I had set up a Lightning tipping wallet.
Yeah, the tipping.
And then I took a small portion of the funds because I wanted to be able to test that all the way through. I mean, you can donate to it to me, but unfortunately, you cannot withdraw your funds off tipping.me. I talked to the creator.
Yeah, Sergio something. Yeah.
Sergio, I talked to him on Twitter, and you have to have your own Lightning wallet in order to withdraw funds. He said that he's working on a web-based wallet that'll be hosting like the Lightning wallet, and you'll be able to withdraw to that once he has it up and running. He said that that's not too far away. So, I mean, please go ahead and, you know, donate to my tipping wallet if you want to test out the Lightning network. I think it's
we put a portion
350,000 Satoshis. We put a portion of Josh's in there to test it, and then unfortunately now it's stuck in there.
I mean, it's there. It's just, you know.
But as we, you know, like I like to tell you guys, we're not for profit. I want you guys to be able to do Block Explorer and take a look at our accounts here for the channel and see what we have going on. So that's where that 0.004 Bitcoin went. Was into the Lightning channel.
And then we had to talk to Sergio for
and then we talked to Sergio. All right, let's go ahead. Let's stop this screen share. Let's drop this screen down here. Let's pull out the backyard. Let's pull up the chat for Samantha. Hey, it looks like there's some people here. I don't have to be one of those ranting lunatics out there on the internet talking about this magical internet money and how it's going to completely revolutionize the world. And a lot of this is just FUD so that big bankers and business people and billionaires can get their hands on it. Because as always, whoever has the money has the power, right? And if Bitcoin's going to be the money,
we want the power part.
Yeah, we want the people to have the power.
Yes. Paul Rouleau is here. He says, good morning. Green morning.
My man.
Andy Anderson says here.
Andy.
Yeah, and just take the good with the bad. No worries.
All right. I mean, today's a good day to smile, though. I mean, what? It's Wednesday. It's hump day. We got a little boost in the Bitcoin price to kind of, you know, give us a little cheer to our step, right?
JT Irby is here. He says, good morning, everyone. Bitcoin awesome. Crypto News Education is here. He says, good morning, Bitcoiners.
Nice to see you out here, my man.
JT Irby says, relief rally. We've already had 2 others on the way down. Heads up. And Ivor says, very possible a suckers rally.
Could be.
Shitcoins haven't been flushed down. I mean, you never know. That's the horrible part. I mean, everybody gets excited. We're so bipolar in this place.
Well, I mean, we did see that the BTC dominance slipped a little bit through this rally, telling us that the altcoins are pumping it a little bit harder than Bitcoin. Not necessarily what a lot of people were or are expecting out of the end of this bear market. They're expecting Bitcoin to rise a little bit more than the altcoins, you know, because of use case scenario and stuff like that. Whether or not this is just a quick pump up and that's why we're seeing the altcoins pump up a little bit more, I can't say. You know, if anybody could predict the future, you know, they're beyond billionaires. They control the world. So I'm just an average guy out here in the woods, really enthusiastic about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, giving up my free time to try to spread the educational awareness, convinced my family to go ahead and drink the Kool-Aid with me. So
you just kind of roll with the punches here.
Yeah.
Right? If it's a down day, yeah, well. If it's an up day, awesome.
I'm excited. Like you said, Samantha, we're going to go pick up some female turkeys for our Tom here. And I mean, that makes me happy.
Yeah. And today's our day off. We got to hang around, do stuff.
All right. So we got news here. What are we looking at? Which one you want to jump into here, Samantha? You seen the 3 stories. I let you pick from these.
Whichever. I'd be the middle one, I guess.
All right. Let's talk about Western Union, right? We've seen that they're prepared to add cryptocurrencies. We've seen one of their big wigs coming out and saying that, you know, they already are cross borders, deal with 130 different currencies, and that they'd be a good on-ramp, off-ramp avenue for cross-border payments. So what would we be looking at if we were to see something like this? I mean, they're saying that they're ready today. They're on board if people want it. I guess so. They're waiting for a demand for this kind of a product. But I mean, I started thinking about it, and at first I was like, oh, what do we need Western Union for? What would be the point? Like, I mean, it's already Bitcoin takes care of itself. Like, if I want to send, you know, my cousin down in, you know, Mexico or something, some money or some Bitcoin, pretty much, I just send it to him on the Bitcoin network, and then he'd get the Bitcoin, and then he'd be able to, right? There's the chink in the chain. What's he going to do with the Bitcoin? He actually needs the Bitcoin to be able to pay a fine, a ticket, a bill, or something. Well, he probably needs fiat cash because, once again, the world hasn't caught up to us, and we're still looking at 5 years, 10 years down the road before everyone's forced to be buying their milk, bread, and eggs in Bitcoin. So we need kind of like I'm going to send you Bitcoin, and then on the other end, you can get some fiat cash out of Western Union. Right?
I mean, yes.
But then at the same time, like, who's really going around cashing out their Bitcoin to bail out family members? I know that I'm not cashing out Bitcoin to bail out family members.
These are the family members that obviously didn't listen to you and don't own their own Bitcoin wallets and have their own system set up to be able to just transfer the Bitcoin to them in need of money. Like, so I mean, it's kind of like we're reverting slightly back because it's that we're taking Bitcoin in theory. Western Union would be taking Bitcoin and turning it back into fiat, and I guess what any country's fiat is 130.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I kept thinking about it for a while, and I guess I see that there will be a case scenario for it for a short, limited period of time. You know, everything is always a matter of gray, and I guess as we slowly transition from this fiat paper dollar bill world into a digital world completely, we're going to have case scenarios where we need to go digital or paper. And I guess, you know, as you're looking at these cross-border situations, you know, cryptocurrency or Western Union they are built in, like what they're saying.
Yes, so that is a name.
There will be a time case scenario where enough people have Bitcoin or some form of digital asset that needs to be turned into paper currency at a different location by another person that is a friend or a relative. Or so maybe this is them possibly gasping at straws here, trying to be able to see where they're going to have a business in the future. Because as we look at cryptocurrencies eventually taking over, we're not going to have a need for Western Union. No one's going to want to pay $30 on the 100 in order to send, you know, grandma $100.
Yeah. See, I'm just wondering if it's going to work the other way. And like grandma could put in cash, and on the reverse side, you'll get Bitcoin. Because that would be at least cool if it went both ways. But for some reason, I'm thinking that it's only going to be Bitcoin to cash. But I mean, that would make them more local Bitcoins and Coinbase put together at actual
go to places, any Western Union location and turn your cash into Bitcoin.
Because that would be awesome. But I don't really know if it would. Like, I don't know if they're going to go both ways.
I mean, they'd have to be stockpiling it now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you never know.
I mean,
you know how many auctions there are? I mean,
Western Union. I mean, there's a location. I mean, there's a location in our town.
Yes.
And it's literally 1 mile across.
Yes. Your grocery store then becomes your cryptocurrency. Like, you never know.
I mean, until all of my fiat cash has been turned into Bitcoin, maybe.
All right, so we have Tune here. He says, good morning, all.
Morning.
JK says, night shift here in Australia. Ooh, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, wait, what was it that we heard the other day that kind of was another mind baffler for us? Australians don't have a Bill of Rights.
Yeah, we had heard it on, I think it was either a movie or a documentary, because that's the only things we really watch. But yes, they were talking about how like there is not like
a Bill of Rights,
like sovereign rights. I don't know. That's kind of
that is another one of those things I guess we take for granted here in America.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Like okay, continue on. I just
okay. So now we have Bitcoin Crypto News Education says when you look at the charts, the year has when you look at the charts, the year has a bounce in the end and then drops in January as people close out their books. So I would expect it to dip again in January and rebound close to the BOCT launch in January 24th.
Well, I mean, I know I'm not taking advantage of the dip and trying to sell or anything.
No.
And I know that I'm not buying any right at the moment. But I did tell you guys, like, I've been getting cash lined up on the sidelines in case we do possibly see 1,500. You know, it's not, I can't be holding a stack of cash in the safe and then go Bitcoin. So you have to prepare in between and get it in the bag and get it transferred and get it ready to go. Oh, so I've been working on that as, you know, possibly fingers crossed for the upside, shields up for the downside.
JTRP says the branding of Western Union would help crypto with the awareness. Yes. I mean, just like how we were saying, like if MasterCard or Visa actually like, I mean.
Yeah, so it'd be like if you seen a Bitcoin symbol on the Walmart cash register.
Yeah, right.
You know, click this button and show your QR code.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as it's smacking people in their faces, like as they're watching, you know, the Super Bowl or whatever the hell people do now, but you know, whatever. Like, yes, the more. And that makes it not, like I was saying before, like most of the stuff we're watching and stuff in the mainstream media and things like that, it's bad. Cryptocurrency is bad. Bitcoin is bad, even though they're saying it. As soon as you start seeing your banks and your this and that, and everybody in their mass, like, horribleness will be like, oh, of course, it's great. My Visa is saying it is, of course.
Right, change public opinion.
But Western Union has been there for, like, ever, and that's all they do. So yeah. I could see it being something where they're like, oh, Western Union says it's okay. It's not just for criminals, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, the same old story that it's used for money launderers is old and beat.
Yes, because then it would be like, well, Western Union doesn't help money launderers. Like, no. Yeah,
never. I mean, it's beating the same dead horse or whatever. Sorry, PETA, but, you know.
But I'm pumped.
All right. So what do we got else? We got going on here in the news? Well, we got to look at XRapid, right? We got XRP here, Coinbase, right? People are wanting to know why it's not there. We've seen another coin added yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Zilliqa was one of them. I thought that I was surprised with that one, but not going to be offered to people in the United States because, you know, it could be seen as a security. So I don't know. It definitely puts questions to this. I mean, I've heard the arguments on both sides that they don't want to add XRP because it's a security. Well, they just added Zilliqa and they don't want to give that to people in the US because it's a security. So they're not going to add XRP because they don't want to have a security on there, but they have a security on there.
Just kidding. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can put your tinfoil hat on with that one and start running down a couple of different avenues on what that is. I mean, and then this other part of the XRP argument where it's in the Hinman paradox, where it's too big to fail, that I don't necessarily believe. I'm pretty sure the U.S. government doesn't look at any cryptocurrency. Maybe Bitcoin would be the only one I could see them saying has a Hinman paradox where it's too big to fail, where they wouldn't think that they would have the ability, or at least try to just, pull the rug out from underneath them. And I mean, just start shutting down some computers and stealing some people's Ripple, and then boom, the network falls apart. It doesn't work that well.
Oh, I think our governments are a little deluded and probably do think that they could kill any of these if they really wanted,
I'm sure they probably could. I mean,
I
think they'd have a good fight on their hands when it came to Bitcoin, but we are still in early days. Like, if the entire U.S. government focused all of its attention on Bitcoin,
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they just pull out a few quantum computers and start messing shit up, and everyone's going to start doubting it and running from it, and we'd see horrible prices and miners dropping off. But
yeah, okay, no more tinfoil hats.
So I don't know. I mean, what do you think? You think that XRP is a security?
I really.
I mean, I believe it's a security.
Yeah, I really want to say nice things, but no.
I mean, but I also think that Ethereum's a security. Yep. So,
like I have said before, I am less open-minded than you are. So, like everything is a security except for Bitcoin to me. Like everything, they could put regulations on everything.
I mean, they are eventually. We're going to see regulations on every form of cryptocurrency imaginable in every way possible, because just like always, the government wants to get their fingers in the cookie jar in all kinds of possible ways for taxation. You know, that's how they get paid. That's how they get their money. And as we always see, the government operates at a loss. That's why the national debt is constantly climbing. The best thing we can do is hope to cover the interest at this point, which we're failing to do left and right. So how are they going to try to make that happen? More taxes. Where are they going to go to tax? Places they haven't taxed yet. Cryptos.
Oh, what was that one? That
As cryptos continues to grow, the taxation will continue to grow.
Oh, crap. I don't remember because we watched so much crap. But the country that is 60% of the capital gains or whatever tax.
France.
60%. 60 freaking percent. Are you kidding me?
I mean, France, I mean, they're a democracy, but they really are looking to control their people. I mean, they've also said lots of other things about social media needing to be regulated.
Yeah, you're really going the way of the China. Yeah.
You know, they are like, they're leaning towards the way of the China, just in a more democratic sense.
But still, no, we really don't think you guys as a population need to see this, or that.
I mean, there are going to be those countries, you know, there are those like-minded individuals collect together as the world becomes more accessible, because people are capable of moving across borders and stuff and living where they want to live next to people that they want to live to. You will start to see countries that are like-minded individuals being together. I mean, I'm not saying that we're there now. We know that a lot of people can't just pick up and hop and move across a border if they want to. To a lot of people, that's completely unfathomable. So, but I mean, you know, a lot of people do start to think alike. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of like, it would be funny that, you know, when in the end or whatever, when cryptocurrency is a thing, that there's like little clumps of people still using fiat. You know, I'm sure the U.S. I'm sure somewhere in the U.S., probably here in Florida, will be stuck on fiat.
What are those religious people that wear the black and whites and don't use electricity?
Well, there's lots of them, like the Quakers, the Amish
or whatever.
All of them. There's a bunch of them.
The Amish. They won't have the internet, so they can't use digital currency. All right, so what do we got going on in the chat? Anybody else got any comments on this XRP security situation? I've also heard comments like that there's a world that can exist where XRP is out there because they're just helping the banks with their thing, and that Bitcoin is a completely separate thing. So once again, it's a situation of comparing apples with oranges. So Bitcoin maximalists and XRP supporters that are looking to get rich off of it don't necessarily have to butt heads and argue over the situation. There's enough space here for both of us in the digital frontier.
Right. We have Crypto Shock Author is here now.
Awesome.
Bitcoin crypto
I love
news.
it when everybody can get out here and join me in the morning for a cup of coffee. I mean, it really excites me to know that I'm hanging out and there's like 30 people out there having a cup of coffee with me. We're all thinking about crypto together. We're all like-minded individuals. I mean, this is how we change the world, little by little, like this, people.
All right. Bitcoin Crypto News Education says, do the opposite of whatever the legacy market says. They just want to keep the market down before they entry. Yeah, right? Like, no, you guys don't. No.
Do as I say, don't do as I do.
Truth Monster is here.
Nice.
JT Irby says the modern investor says XRP will be $3 easy.
That's all time. That's back to all time high. I mean, I'm sure that they were gonna. I'm sure they're gonna accumulate in value as time goes on. You know, XRP is one of the longest runners out here. You know, they've been here way longer than a lot of these altcoins have been here. So, I mean, I think it's 5 years or 6 years that they've been out here running. I mean, back in the day, it was always number one, Bitcoin, number two, XRP. It's been more recently that everyone that's joined in the last year has seen XRP lower down on the list. So we got one more news story out here. This one's not super big, but I thought I'd bring it up. I thought we'd talk about it a little bit. Altcoins, right? They're just, everybody that's anybody out there that's in this computer space is trying to come up with the next big ideal on how to create a cryptocurrency, right? And how it's going to work and how you can improve on the last one. And I've said before that I believe that altcoins are great because it is a testing ground for concepts that you can then always bring back to Bitcoin once we can get enough approval on the network, consensus. Well, we got the BitTorrent creator out there. He's making a green crypto. This crypto, I haven't heard anything like this before. It's called Chai or Chi, CHIA.
Chai. Yeah.
Chai.
We're going to go with Chai.
Proof of space and proof of time, and it's going to be hard drive space driven. And then they go on to continue to talk about how there's enough extra hard drive space readily available to everybody around the world that it would be unprofitable to go out and buy hard drive space to start mining this cryptocurrency.
Yes, like they're saying, like literally pick up any of your junk electronics and run it, because like it's like how everybody only uses 10% of their brain. I mean, like all of your hard drive is just not doing anything. And it could be. It really could.
I mean, I think that it still stands in the way with adoption being a problem, creating real value for the coin. He also says that they're going to go and put some sort of a timestamp mechanism in it so that you don't
time thing,
so that you don't go out and try to run a parallel chain and then eventually surpass it and take over control of the nodes. He was saying that this still could possibly be an option, but you'd have to run it for years.
Yeah, it would just take a long time, but yeah.
Once again, you know, I think things would be a lot better if people would just focus their energy and efforts on Bitcoin, make a proof of time second tier layer that you can find to utilize something else out there, you know. But hey, I mean, if you want to go off and you want to make your own altcoins and you want to test it that way, when it fails, sorry, sucks to be you. When it works, hey, we're going to take it and we're bringing it to Bitcoin.
I mean, I don't know. I get the concept of trying to come at the whole green, you know, like, oh, too much electricity, too much heat, too much bad things from mining. But it's just, I don't know if it would work. Like, long term. Like, I could see, okay, fine, running some programs and, like, it's just, I want this man's, like, crap to work because, you know, I want everybody's stuff to work. But it's just, I see some flaws in there that it just doesn't seem.
I don't know. I think it's a little late to enter the game to be a currency. Like, I mean, there's plenty of other avenues that you can enter in through, but to come in and say that you're going to be a currency.
There's too many that already have that covered.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Bitcoin got a 10-year head start on you. You got a lot of ground to make up, and you're going to have to make it up real fast because we're looking at 5 years till we start to get real attraction or adoption.
I mean, Dash, Monero, B, Cashes, both of them. I mean, there's a lot that are.
There's a lot of them. I mean, there's 2,000 something different.
Already just no. We're just currency. We're just money. We just want to pay stuff with stuff.
All right, what do we got going on out there in the chat?
Daytierry says, if the banks are using it, they will get around the securities label. Probably. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's where the too big to fail. You know, I mean, who's actually in control? Let's put the tinfoil back on. You know, are the banks in control? Is the government really in control? Are the government just actually puppeteers for the banks? You know, I mean, we bail out the banks. Yeah. You know, why? Why do we bail out the banks? Because if the banks fell,
we fail. I mean, yes, like that. Yeah, I mean, it is some symbiotic, like, tapeworm loveliness going on in there. Our nation's, yes. No, that's it.
That's it?
Yep. Bitcoin Crypto News Education says their project started in 2001 and went crypto shortly after that for XRP. It was like, I know we had seen a market cap thing of
2011.
Yeah, 2011. It was
2001.
Oh, 2001. Like, sorry, 2011.
Like years.
Sorry. There's a lot of 10 more years on what I said. Just kidding.
All right. Well, I guess we go ahead. We'll wrap up this episode. I really do appreciate you guys coming out here and having a cup of coffee with me today. It means a lot to us. As always, I got all kinds of tools, links, and affiliation codes listed down there below to help you figure out these cryptocurrency markets. Best off is my email help desk. It's at eugeneforce20@gmail.com. You can also hit me up on a lot of different social media platforms. I'm on, all kinds of, the links are down there below. You can come over to Twitter, though. A lot of people have been asking me questions on Twitter. That's a great way to, just chit chat. If you want to come out here on our show and hang out with us, we're off on Mondays and Wednesdays, as we tell you guys. So we can do a show, either this show or a later show or whatever you'd like. We want to meet the average everyday person. We're not looking for anybody, who's into programming. Well, if you are into programming and all of that other stuff, feel free. But, we're also looking at talking to the average everyday person. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer currency. I'm a peer. I'd like to talk to you, my other peer on the other end, and see what's going on with you in cryptocurrency. You can go back to our last show and see our guest.
Josh, it was awesome. Yeah.
Yes, it was great. Thank you once again, Josh, for coming out here.
He has a YouTube channel too. He started doing videos. Go over and watch him.
Yeah, on dark web stuff.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. It really is.
I'm not super into the dark web, so it was kind of cool watching his videos.
Yeah.
Nice. Keep at it.
Made me feel spotty.
All right, let's see what else we got. We got donational addresses if you got that extra crypto. I'd rather have you get to the tally fund because once again, that helps all of us. That helps spread Bitcoin awareness. Like I keep telling you, we're trying to get out there to the Forbidden Kingdom Festival in Boca Raton. Below that is the Lightning tipping address. If you're on the Lightning network and you want to send a couple Satoshis, I'm definitely willing to receive them.
Right, we have the stuff already. There's money already in there now. So.
Yeah, so we're keeping it. And is that about it, Samantha?
Yeah.
We'll be out here Saturday, 8 a.m. Yep. As always, our shows are Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, 8 a.m. If you hit the notification bell and we do any extra shows or I actually get any of this video editing that I keep trying to do that keeps failing horribly up on the air, you'll be able to check that out. Is that about it, Samantha?
I think so.
How many days till Christmas?
Oh, what is today? The 19th? So 6?
6 days till Christmas, everybody. Go out there, have a good one. And remember, keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.